Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the CAA preview edition of the WB Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach Mike Farrelly. Mike, how are you this morning?
Hey, Stephen, how are you?
I'm doing well. We've talked occasionally over the past couple weeks, but the Hofstra fans have not seen you for a couple weeks. How are you doing? And how have you managed to come out of the COVID pause?
Well, I'm still married, so that's a good thing. I was worried about my wife, me being around her too much for 10 days, being quarantined and everything. But no, we're all good, man. We're certainly appreciative and glad to be back in the gym now and working out, being back together again, and certainly working our way to getting back down to Harrisonburg this weekend.
And yes, back down to Harrisonburg this weekend, the site of your last game, interestingly enough. But conference tournament time, you open on Sunday at 11 a.m. I got a lot of questions here about a lot of things. Let's start with how have the first few days of practice been coming back?
So we actually haven't gotten together as a team yet, Stephen, and fully practiced. As we've kind of come out of quarantine, we want to build these guys up the right way. Getting out of quarantine, we didn't want to come out and have a really hard 3-hour practice and then everybody being sore and hurt or causing an injury. So we had time. Thursday guys were getting out of quarantine. Friday, we started building back up with some individual workouts. We did some 5-on-0. We haven't gone competitive quite yet, but we're just trying to build them up in the right way, get our conditioning right. That's probably the biggest thing is, not running up and down for 10 days, making sure that we're able to, compete out there at a high level. Our conditioning has to be right. So Coach Jimmy Waits has been out there a lot with us. And done a great job in helping us to get our win back a little bit, and then we'll be working towards getting back together and going 5-on-5 very shortly.
And you talk about the pause, and you guys, by the time the game happens, you guys will have been on pause for 3 weeks, and then you look at your opponent, who have been on a pause for 5 weeks. They will not have played a game since January. How do you even comprehend this type of conference tournament game with this type of situation?
Right. It's an amazing thing, Stephen. To think that Delaware didn't play a game in February, like as a basketball coach, it's amazing. He was like, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. It's such a crazy year. And look, the uncertainty of a team can test positive the next couple of days and the whole bracket could be changed, so you want to start getting ready for Delaware, but it could be completely different in 2 hours. So certainly have to have the flexibility of that. But yeah, preparation, it's really, how do you get your team prepared to try to win 3 games in 3 days? Certainly with an eye on Delaware, because that's our likely first round matchup. And we've known that for a little bit. But in addition, you're going to have different matchups if you want to win the championship. And how do you prepare for a little bit of everything to make sure that you're ready to see different styles and different teams and all that stuff. So you got to watch a little bit of everybody. It's been a little bit easier to watch a little bit of everybody because a lot of teams haven't played the last couple weekends. But certainly a lot of uncertainty and in and around this event. But it's just, how do we get our team prepared to play and compete in the best way?
And then add the other element in. You guys are playing a game at 11 a.m. on Sunday. That's unique in and of its own. How do you prepare your team to play at such a unique time for basketball?
Yeah, and you normally want to play at 12, right? Because in a normal year, the number 1 seed plays at noon. Now they've obviously changed it this year with COVID and everything like that. So just an hour earlier. Thankfully, we've had the opportunity to play at noon the last couple of years in the conference tournament. So it's not all that different. I think the biggest thing is this week is just waking up a little bit earlier and practicing earlier, getting our bodies used to competing at that time. Normally our practice window is kind of somewhere in that 3 to 6 range. But starting on Thursday, we'll be practicing, 11-ish, 11, 12 o'clock, basically the rest of the time there to make sure that we're ready for that. So kind of getting in a routine of waking up, eating breakfast, heading to the gym, getting ready to compete. So hopefully by Sunday morning that we're a little bit more accustomed to it.
And Sunday morning, let's get to it. You take on Delaware. Give us your thoughts on facing the Blue Hens for the 3rd time this season. You split earlier this year with them.
Yeah, for the third time this season and the third time for each of the last 3 seasons. It's a very, very common opponent, but certainly a very good team. And look, it's a team that if you look at both the rosters, both teams have an excellent big guy. Painter and Isaac are obviously 2 of the top big guys in the league. Had some great battles. Both have explosive scoring guards in Ryan Allen and Jalen Ray. They have another really valuable senior in Kevin Anderson who didn't play in the series down there. He's maybe like our version of Tariq. Both have really good freshman forwards with Kayvon Kramer and Andrew Carson. There's a lot of parallels in between the 2 teams, and certainly a very, very good team that will have to play very well to beat. So we do go off of that film, and how we played against them. We made some adjustments for game 2 of that series, but the biggest adjustment was playing with the right energy. We didn't come out, and even going back and watching it now, you kind of see that we were just out there a little bit in that Friday game. And then in that Sunday game, we came with better energy, more attention to detail, played harder on the defensive end, more committed to rebounding. And that just obviously for Sunday, but to advance in this tournament, those are the things that will need to be all weekend long.
Well, Mike, we want to wish you guys all the luck this weekend and into next week. And we'll be following along. And we thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Stephen.
And thank you, Hofstra fans, for tuning in to today's edition of the W. Mason Coach Report with head men's basketball coach Mike Farrelly.